There we go. All right, so the question we had is here on, let me cancel that. Here on the sponsorship areas, right now we show some logos and some information because this is more in-kind type of through volunteerism. And that kind of, I know you were talking about in-kind.
Wait, can you slow down a little and show me what you're looking at?
Sorry, I forgot that I'm sharing the screen this way. Okay, so
yeah, okay.
All right, so here is the Giving Tuesday fundraising progress. Okay, we need to still load a few items that to really have it ready to go live. This is the bar for the actual cash coming in.
Okay.
All right, so then we have the countdown. Now we have select your level. The idea here is that when we do have a diamond level, which I understand you suggested 10,000 rather than 15, that's fine.
Yeah.
This would be their spot. That's the only reason there's a video there right now, is it would be their spot to have a nice little video about whatever it is that they want to share with everybody.
Okay.
And then we have next the gold, silver, bronze. In here we have carousels. Now they don't look like carousels, but they will be carousels for when we have a few people for the different levels. We have in here front office solution, that's actually Tony.
Okay.
Because he's been doing in-kind type service, right? And the amount of money that, the amount of time that he has spent, if you were to equate it out in kind, it would be at a certain level. So there could be considered position.
So let me step back for a second. Typically, in-kind donations are something that is like material or supplies. Volunteerism is not in-kind.
Okay.
So what you will do so like in-kind can be anything. Somebody who donates, for example, office supplies, they give you a desk or something that's hard, like that. And like I gave an example of a race, they gave Gatorade and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
In-kind, you cannot, volunteerism, you just thank them for you don't say, oh, you gave $25,000 worth in volunteerism. That's just a gift. That's a gift from, there's nothing, you can't really determine an amount on that. Like Sherry said, every one hour of every volunteer that you have doing something is at least $24. So in-kind is always like a material, something material.
Okay, what about, so now, for example, with Christy is volunteering her time, and typically she charges packages. She has a package that would be so much money, that's what she's done. Now, instead of us paying her for her time as a consultant, we would then, what we wanted to do was give her a donation slip saying that she donated this service to us.
That's really, I've never come across that, where you actually say, so what is she going to do? She can't take that piece of paper and write it off on her taxes. Because if you go to the IRS when you have a tax donation, they're looking just for cash. They don't say how many hours did you volunteer for Chemo Buddies to Life or Life. Maybe it was worth $2,000, but you can't take that as a deduction. It's unfortunate, but you can't. People are just volunteering their time just from their heart and because they care.
Okay.
Tamara, I would just suggest in this area, that we remove that carousel until you have some donations.
I think you're right then. Yeah.
Which one is that?
The one you're looking at right now. The one that has the bronze, silver, and gold members. The thing is just having it empty looks really funny. And that's the only reason I suggested putting something there so that it wasn't empty. basically. But I would suggest removing it until you get some donations that meet that qualification.
Yeah, so you want to when you give out those sponsorship, the different levels, that's cash.
Right, yeah,
That's
right.
cash
That's what I
only.
thought. Okay.
In-kind donations, you'll thank them. And so like at the end of the year with a lot of smaller organizations, they'll do a volunteer of the month and recognize that person for everything that they've done for the organization. That's truly the way you can acknowledge a volunteer, because they can't use their hours as a tax write-off, unfortunately.
Okay.
And that's perfectly fine. Like I said, the only reason that those were put there was to fill the space until we have some volunteers that, or not, excuse me, and donations that actually fit that criteria.
Oh yeah, no, I like the way it's set
all.
up. When we do get the gold, silver, and bronze sponsors, yeah.
But until that time, I think we need to remove that carousel so that it doesn't look funny.
I agree.
Because what if you get like, and then you want to think about if this is all going to be on the first page. I can't really tell.
Yeah, it is on the first page.
So you could have like a whole list of gold sponsors, and then put their logos. Think about that.
Right. That's exactly what this. That's what this is supposed to be. So like you go to the gold here, and then there will be a carousel where you see like front office solution, then click, you'd see next one, Wings of Empire, click, ABC company, click, and then from there you'll be able to hot link to or click onto it, and it will go to a blog where that blog, the write-up will be for that company in the blog area.
Right, and then it's going to show everything about the blog, and you're going to have a direct link to their website, all of that good stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I like it.
Okay, so but and then the volunteer. Okay, we have a volunteer area. This is where we can also, what we can do is volunteer opportunities. But what we can do here is what I've been doing is I have all of these volunteer spotlights that I've been doing for the countdown. We could actually put all of the because I have images that I've created for each one. We could put that on each one here, and then we could actually link in, because this is done in Divi. We could have it where you push, that's a button. The picture is a button. It could go straight to the video that talked about them. And so
that's nice. That's a great way, actually. You may want to separate the volunteer opportunities to spotlighting the volunteers.
Okay, volunteer spotlight.
Yeah, it'll be a little different. I mean, so today I interviewed for a position at some nonprofit that I really like, and I was going to share you with their website how they show their volunteer opportunities. Okay. And a lot of these nonprofits, they're smaller ones, under 5 million. That's small to me, only because I work with bigger ones. Right. And how they have like a volunteer of the month. They have a newsletter, and they spotlight that volunteer of the month. They talk about that volunteer, what they do, what they did for Chemo Buddies for Life. So you may want to have a volunteer spotlight and volunteer opportunities. Separate those two. Okay, because you could have the volunteer opportunities, and they could be. So like if you're doing something in Australia, you want to have a volunteer opportunity there. Right. In different countries. And I think since you're going international, you'll have a big enough spotlight for the volunteer opportunities and spotlighting each volunteer where they talk about themselves or whatever. Or you talk about them, and they get some insight as to why they're. And I didn't even know you were going to show me on your as a volunteer until I saw my Facebook photograph with my medal.
Yeah. So what we can do for this event, we can do a volunteer spotlight, and then we can do each one of because I want to spotlight, especially since this is accelerated in the way that it is, and so many people are putting so much time. I want to give everybody a chance to be recognized. And we can hot link that show and possibly even information to what they're doing, so we can figure that one out, guys, and so that it will be a win-win-win in every which way. I have to say, I love this. I can see you guys just did this today with what we worked on, or it's close to, it's the stuff we worked on before, but we worked on getting what you said to do, Maryann, with just continuing to add on from bronze,
Yeah, well,
silver,
I
gold.
get
Yeah,
that because
we did
when I
that.
first looked
Yeah.
at it, when Erin shared it with me,
Yeah,
I said it looks great, but just keep adding on
yeah,
each
yeah,
sponsorship level. So when I look at
Yeah.
the 2,500, and I'm thinking, what's the difference if I go 5?
right,
And then I
right,
see something a
right.
little better. And then what's
Right.
the difference if I go 10? Okay, that looks a little better for me.
So
Keep adding on.
Oh, sorry, Maryann. Christy has the new updated one too. She had just taken a little bit
That's fine. No, that's fine.
Well, I'd like you to take a look at that as well, if you don't mind, if she could share that, just so you could see what that looks like. Just real.
I'll
Yeah,
stop
I
sharing if you want to share, Christy. I can't wait to
Okay.
see it. So, okay, so I'm stopped.
Hold on one second and let me.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the spotlight, Christy. I'm like, you've got to see her work. She's amazing.
Yeah,
Well,
whoever did this, this is great what you guys did.
Thank you.
Doesn't that
And
look?
I know it takes-
that looks good.
It takes
looks
a lot
beautiful.
of time and a lot of thoughtfulness, and yeah, it was great. I really liked it, and I just added on, just my thoughts about it.
So I'm trying to get a full page view. So hold on one second and see if I can. 2-page spread maybe. We'll try that.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't know how to share on here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Screen 2. Okay. This is where I'm at. Okay. So let me get it to, there we go. Maybe. I wanted to, okay, so this is the full page, basically. This is the first page of the one that we've been working on. This is basically the sponsor packet that I guess will go out to your sponsors. So we've got this first kind of introduction to it. Then you have each of the sponsor levels.
Oh,
I have updated.
Nice.
I have updated.
Oh yeah, that looks great. I like it.
10 and 5 and 5 and that. I also have the other two. We put in the barcode at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then I just finished, this is their receipt basically, so we can put in the information. I can put a dotted line across here that basically they can tear it off and keep it for their records.
That's
I need
beautiful.
to kind of scoot it up a little bit to where it's actually a receipt at the bottom to where they can write in the additional information. But that's kind of what we had right before we got on the call.
Well, and then if we could add the barcode onto this one as well, because this one's actually going to double. This will be the back side of that front page. So that just for like regular donations, they could use this as well. So we might want to put on there possibly even just donation amount if they're not wanting to do the different levels, or do we need something separate for that, Tamara?
I don't know.
No, actually, I'm going to show you. I was going to go to the screen of this organization I just talked to today. And you could just use one page for all the donations.
Awesome. That's what I've been needing from you actually, is like ideas that way.
Yeah, instead of, no, I'm in a.
But I love the way you did that. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, because when. Go ahead.
The nice thing is it'll be all part of a packet. So this will be your first page. This is your last page. So you can do it front to back if you would like, or honestly, I probably would recommend just doing it all single sheets to where they have, and just staple the packet together. But that way they have all the levels and everything. So it's up to you. Mm-hmm.
A couple of things. In my experience, all the sponsor levels, typically those are not people that are just going to be viewing on Giving Tuesday. These people have already been talked to, and somebody in the somebody on the board or something who's in charge of fundraising. They've already had the communication. They're in touch with them, trying to get them to go to the diamond level. Yeah, and for Giving Tuesday, I think you're just going to have a donation, different donations.
Well, this will be, yeah, they would be sponsors going into the next year too. But this is like, for example, we've got Matt in Las Vegas. We have worked with Las Vegas. We've talked to a lot of the people over the last year. They are aware that Matt's working with us. And so now he's going in front of them and saying, which sponsor level do you want to be for Chemo Buddies? And he's a good, you know, and it's a tax write-off for them. Let's do it now, you know, before the end of the year. And so he wanted, was his request to have this information to go out there. And so it could be for Giving Tuesday, yes, and then going through the year to next, you know, through to next Giving Tuesday. So it would be that they would be going onto our website also. We can let them know that.
The other thing that can be done is this, and then this is something that Erin and I were kind of working on, is making this more of like a booklet type thing that could be printed out and actually even stapled together. That could go out to sponsors and things like that. But it's, you know, it depends on how you want it to look, as to what direction you want to go. You may not even want this last page. I mean, if you're having those conversations, this page may not even be necessary. It just depends on what you want.
Well, we have some people that are going out to doctors and such things like that in Phoenix, and then we've got people in Vegas that are going out face to face to go meet with these people they've been talking to, and they want to have something with them to have written so that they can say which one, let's check it off, let's do it now, get it done. And that is the way that they want to close. And so it's like, if they want to close that way, I want to give them the information for them to be able to get it closed.
Yeah. So for what I would do for that is I would just put together something.
Like a separate form of some type.
No, you could have. First of all, you want to print that on nice paper.
Mm-hmm.
I have an example of. Hold on one second. You have to spend a little money on this because it's going to come back 20 times over. Hold on.
It looks beautiful.
What? Christy, can you go to the first page?
Yeah.
And do you want to look over that and see your thoughts on that, if you would like to change anything or add or whatever?
Okay, so look at this, and you didn't see it from me.
Okay.
But this is somebody, they deal with cancer for children.
Okay.
And so they did this, it's just a folder, nice and shiny, whatever colors you choose. And it says sponsorship opportunities. And this is what they hand out when they go to hospitals and corporations.
Okay, yeah, see, this would be exactly the same
inside
thing.
of it, they have, it's all done in, you know, nice color and all that stuff. They have a little pamphlet they hand out, initially telling about the different programs that are offered. This is something,
that's what we still need verbiage for.
This
all
is
of
what
that.
yeah. So this is, because I don't know what your programs are, so we can't. I don't know how to talk about that. I talked to you about that, Tamara. So it talks about other programs. They have pictures of the executive director and all of that. And then each sheet. This is like a general information. Each sheet. This is the sponsorship opportunities. The platinum circle is 10,000. They go from 5 to 10 to 1, giving circle. Everything's different. So this is kind of, it sounds like what you want to hand out when people go to the different organizations, the hospitals.
Right.
And then they have this. It's a sponsorship commitment form. It's the last page. And it's pretty simple. Just they decide which sponsorship they want, how they want to pay for it and everything.
So that's similar to what they're looking at here.
Right. But this is, you had talked about somebody in Vegas or whatever. This is what that person wants to hand out.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Anybody on the board wants to give the handout, I mean.
So Maryann, what all questions are on that form, that last form? That's where I need more specifics, where I've kind of struggled a little bit.
This is for the sponsorship only.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what these are. This is for sponsorships.
So they have the donor information, which is whoever's giving it says donor name, main contact name, company name, name to be printed on in this case, it's going to be on the sponsor, your web page.
Yeah.
And then
Webpage.
the address and all of that, the sponsorship commitment, which exactly what you have here, the sponsor levels, exactly.
I like that word commitment though.
Yeah, I would do
Sponsorship commitment. I like that.
Sponsorship commitment.
Yeah, I like that.
So you have, I would put, so here's what I would add. So here's what they have: donor information, donor name, and that could be the company. Then they have the main contact person, which you have there. Because, it could be a person, not a company.
Right. Or a foundation or whatever.
Yeah, it could be anything. So just put donor name. Main contact name. Because the donor name could be a company, foundation, a trust, anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness.
Take your time. No worries.
Okay.
And then it could be donor name / name to be printed on you could say to be put on the website, or what it's going to be show up on the website.
Sure. Yeah, and the press releases and everything. It depends on what level they choose.
Right. So you're just gonna. But each level is going to be on your website, correct?
Yeah, every level will be on the website, but there's
Right.
more.
So all you want to
goodies.
put is donor name, company, or name to be printed on the website, or whatever it is.
We can just put name to be printed.
Name to be on the website, not
okay.
printed.
Okay, on website. Okay.
Name to be recognized on the website.
Yeah, I like that. Name to be recognized. Yeah, that works. I like that. Just don't put the website, because there's PR, the press releases at some levels, so name to be recognized. I like that.
You may want to call that recognized on what? See, theirs is a little different because they have these giving circle trees, and they put the donor's name on. Every tree is built for a donor, and so they have a little stand by their trees saying this this giving tree is donated by so and so.
Okay.
So you could name to be recognized on
website.
I think that's to be filled out.
Yeah.
And then just put some question marks because we know we need to add something a little there.
Okay.
And then you want to put address. You have email already. City, state, zip code, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsorship commitment, okay. And then later we're going to go a little further down and put the payment information. Because some of these, if it's a big dollar, they're not necessarily going to pay by credit card.
Right.
Some could send a wire transfer. If somebody wants to donate $50,000, we want a wire transfer.
Absolutely.
Because a wire transfer is like right there. Within 10 minutes, you can get it. We just put payment information. Yeah, amount. Okay, that's great. Or actually, you know what? I wouldn't even put amount. I would put diamond, and you put the amount right there.
Yeah.
Gold. So here in this case, this organization, they had the Platinum Circle 10,000. And you're gonna have Diamond level 10,000. Gold level 5,000. Silver. So you don't give them an option for another amount.
Right.
Unless they want to give 50,000, then we create another level for them altogether.
Right. That's good.
How much was silver and bronze? I can't remember.
2,500 and 1,500.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then take out that amount line.
How about this? That way you know what kind, if it's going to be a wire transfer, if it's going to be a credit card,
Yeah,
so somebody can reach out to them.
Yeah, so if it's a company, you want to, actually, we're going to give them all the options that the merchant account will handle. So I would have put in payment type. It's going to say, it'll say payment information. This is, the payment information is going to be the same payment information that is going to come in, that's going to be for the single donors as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be name, actually payment information. So we're going to give them check, credit card, all the options that Tony's going to put on for the single donor information.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, and that's going to be determined after I speak with the merchant account. Because there's all kinds of, it's basically credit card or PayPal or check. Or actually, they take ACHs as well. So yeah, that's a whole, just hold off on that piece.
Okay.
So you could just put check, credit card, whatever.
What if we put on it if it was collected or commitment date, then we can follow back up with them with that information.
That's good.
Yeah, because like on this sponsorship commitment, they have check. And like you could hand them this form when you're at the hospital and maybe they want to commit right then. And the hospital will say, okay, we'll give you a check right now. And they'll, which is highly unlikely because most of them are big organizations. You know, they'll give you $1,000 check right now. And so check and close. Check will be sent on the date and then a credit card and then all the information for the credit card. So this has the information for the credit card. So if you're at the institution, wherever you're at, they can actually sign it right there and put all the info in.
So is this where we could put the that barcode then? That would be really convenient right there as well. So they could just.
What is the barcode? I don't know. Yeah, but
it takes you to the website, so they could actually scan it, take you to the website to make the payment. That's basically what the barcode does.
Right, but a lot of bigger organizations won't
They're
go
not
for
going
the
to do that.
barcode.
Nope.
No, because
It's
they have
gonna be
so many. They have so many accounting steps that they need. This is their part of their own internal compliance. They want smaller donors will go to the to the barcode and make their $10 donation and all that.
Right.
But this kind of level probably won't. I don't know. Maybe somebody for probably 1,000, probably up to like 5,000. Usually at 10,000, they may just give you a check.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where you really massage the relationship.
Right. All right, so we know what we're going to be putting here for the payment information, correct?
Yeah, so that's what I was talking with Tony about, what we could put on the page that like single donations that's going to come in, what is going to come in. And I can't speak to that yet. Tamara, I sent you a text about I need the link. You need to give me authorization to speak to your customer representative.
Oh, okay.
That's just how I operate.
Okay,
Like,
so what do you need?
You may put me as a signer on your bank, but I still like the authorization verbal and written.
Okay,
That's how
so,
big corporations operate. That's how you
Right.
operate.
okay, that's fine. I want to operate correctly. I was completely without email today. We had some problems.
No, that's fine.
But what, and then, so what do you need from me? And I'll get it to you this evening. You need from me what, a verbal, or you need a written for you to talk to Patty? The merchant
You could
services
just call
person.
her. I thought we could just do a quick conference call and just introduce who I am.
Okay, okay,
Because
okay.
I'm going to be going into your website there.
Okay.
Even though you don't have to tell her, I can pretend I'm you. But I
Right,
just have I have some questions as to their fees and everything.
Okay, so could you get on the phone with me after 2:00 your time tomorrow? I can't do it. Oh, no, not 2, 3:00, 3:30, after 3:30 your time tomorrow.
No, I'm not available.
Okay,
I'm available like 1:00 my time.
I can't. I have a webinar I have to go live on.
Or you could just shoot her an email and introduce me.
Okay, I'll shoot her. I'll do that tonight.
And just tell her I'm the treasurer of your organization or whatever.
Right, and that you have permission,
And
I'll also.
I'll be handling all of that, and I have quite a few questions.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I told her that there would be people calling, so there were notes already in the system for our account, letting them know that I was going to have representatives, and so we'll follow it up with the email and give your introduction of your name. So yes.
Right, because I already talked to Tony all about this. So
Okay.
once I talk with her, then we're ready. I'm ready to go with Tony.
So,
Get
Maryann,
him
Put
to
on the
look.
website.
Okay.
there was another question regarding that we're needing to talk to you about, as far as even going into the option of a text to pay code.
See, I've never done that. You might want to talk to Tony about that.
Well, he had said before we went too far down that road, we needed to talk to you and about, what that looked like compliance-wise, software and such. So
I would just start out having them go to the website. That's like somebody asked about cryptocurrency. I'm not into that. And a lot of the like the big, when the hurricanes, they do all that tech stuff.
well, it's kind of the most trendy right now, especially with those smaller donations that could really add up, making it that simple.
Well, then, I'm not. Tony's gonna have to work with that then.
Yeah, we have the system set up, the app. We just need to then hook it into whatever we need to hook it into. It's Give Lively, I think is the name of it, and it's a free system. Tony had looked into it. I know that Jenny Maltz, who has Along Comes Hope, she uses it and has used it for the last couple of years, and it's been her board has been fine with it, with compliance.
The only fee there with Give Lively was the Stripe fee, it sounded like.
Right, which
Stripe account, and that was the only fee behind that.
Yes, I don't know about that. So they take the money, and then how do you pay? How is it paid though?
that's a good question.
Through somebody's bank account, through a credit card? Because they're just an intermediary. They're not taking the cash directly.
Right. So
let's
just table it for right now. Yeah, let's table it for right now.
Tony's. They're an intermediary. So if they're just an intermediary taking it there, there's going to be a transaction fee there. And then if somebody's going to give a credit card, there's going to be a transaction fee there.
Yeah,
so
let's
we're trying to avoid I would table, maybe next year do it.
Yeah. Let's just
but now, the thing you want now is just the cash coming through.
Right.
And then in-kind donations.
Right, so that would be, we need to have something for an in-kind donation that would be similar to this, right?
What form would we need? What can you give us the breakdown on an in-kind donation and what that needs to include specifically?
It's basically going to include everything that we've already, I thought somebody was putting together a spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's why I just want to clarify to make sure I have all the points.
Okay.
So all of these basically the basics anyway. What is
Yeah,
it?
why don't you just shoot it to me and then it's pretty simple.
Okay.
I was going to pull up.
And we have, just to let you know, I don't know if anybody's told you this, but we do
Me?
have the Google Docs area set
Oh,
up.
yeah.
And then we do have a OneDrive for the film team that's set up for all the film to be dumped in. So they're not sharing the same space.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So I think that was the most important stuff that was in. You're going to be sharing the spreadsheet with Maryann. I'll go ahead and as soon as we're done here, I'll email over to Patty and I'll copy you, Maryann, and I'll do the introduction for the merchant account. And then
can you, in that email, or you send a separate email, send me the link so when you go into the merchant account on the internet, I didn't know where to go. She said put compliance 101, but I have no idea. I don't have the website.
okay, yeah, I'll send.
I have your merchant account and I'm going to create a password. It sounds like maybe you never even went on there.
No, we went on there. She went on there with me.
So
We
then
do
maybe you have a
password.
password already, or I'll create a new one.
Yeah, no, we have one. Let me just go to it. It's
So you want to send me the link? I have the merchant account number and send me your password and I'll just pretend I'm you.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
I mean, I can't do anything. There's no money there.
No, I know. There's no worries.
You're just paying fees. We need to get some money in there.
I know, absolutely. Okay. I don't have there may not be, I don't have the password in my notes, so I don't know. Okay, so what I'll do is you go ahead and just, if you want to just go ahead and reset a password, just tell me what it is. I will send over, I'm not screen sharing, right? Yeah, no. Okay, so let me see. Exit and go into this right now. All right.
I can stop sharing, Tamara. That way you can screen share.
Oh, no, we don't want to, I don't want to screen share because I'm going into,
Got it.
that's what I was just making sure that I
Gotcha.
wasn't. So that, okay, so let's see. I'm gonna forward this over to you. Make sure that you get what you need. All right, there's one thing, might be what you already got. I don't remember. Okay, so let's see. Welcome to TransLink. I think this is part of it too. TransLink, no. Is it transverse.net? Why is this in here? All right. I'll do some research and make sure that this is the right. Are you guys still there?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
going to share
Yeah.
my screen about this one organization. It's actually not too far from my house. It talks about the monetary donation and in-kind donations.
Okay. That would be great.
I'm going to do that now. What'd you say? Sometimes
mind. I was actually just thinking that question exactly. Like, can you give us some places to go to kind of reference to? So thank you.
Yeah. So let me see. How do I do this? Use screen sharing.
Just go to, at the bottom, there's a bar that says share. It's green.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Oops, hold on. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It says Sarah's Circle.
Yeah.
So this is an organization. It's a great organization, actually. They just had a donation of $2 million, and they're building some housing for homeless women.
Awesome.
So if you look here at where it says donations, there's monetary donations, where it's just as cash or in-kind donations.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And then they have volunteer, the type of volunteer opportunities you can do, individual or group volunteer opportunities, attend an event, which you don't have just yet, associates board. There's
Well,
usually an
attend an event, we could actually have the Giving Tuesday event, attend it by watch it, right?
Yeah. And so they have an associates board. Usually the associates board are teens and college students that want to get involved.
Oh, okay.
They have some great things that they like to do. And then the impact board is, that's going to be part of your general board that are really focusing. There's going to be a couple individuals that are really going to be focusing on capacity building. That's bringing in money, and that's the volunteers. And then internships later when you get
Yes.
bigger.
Yes.
So I'm going to highlight their in-kind donations and see what that looks like. Can you see this?
Yes.
So because this is a homeless shelter. So this is the kind of kind of in-kind donations they're looking for. I don't know what you would be looking for. Oh, you know what you could be looking for is printing services.
Yes.
Things like that.
Printing services, important.
So if you look at,
go ahead.
let me just go further down. A lot of this is stuff that they just need for all of the ladies.
Right.
Plugs, everything, and socks and underwear.
Well, in-kind services too is once we get some volunteers that would be interested in doing this, we could actually get together care packages for certain buddies that need
Absolutely.
items sent
and
to
then
them.
These could be part of your in-kind donations to put
Yes.
together those care packages.
Yes, and so they're, feel-good care packages and
or even those things that True Love has, that deodorant and the cream for radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the other thing you could do with those is also putting together care packages for brand new people that are just joining your organization or joining as a buddy. Just some kind of a gift for them for becoming part of it.
Absolutely. Because what we can do there is with the printing, we can have, we can scale down the journal kind of a situation and make it that much more compact that we get the journal.
That's another, listen, that's another, what you said, journal. We could have in-kind donations of journals.
Yes.
And put like your, because, a lot of people don't even, I've been to a lot of third world countries, they can't even buy a journal. So we have a journal with like the Chemo Buddies for Life logo on it.
Yes.
And send them a pen too or something.
Yes, absolutely.
So that could be part of the
big, and I'd love to be able to see art supplies, and so that we can do the online art, healing through art.
Right, you could put that under the in-kind donation request, all this, yeah.
Yeah, because this is all part of our programs. And because we're going to have teaching where then they have the canvas and the paints and such things, and so that they can, and so then people can go there and they can healing through music. Well, a lot of that could be even if they want to donate things as nice as an iPad or something, or not an iPad, but those the like MP3 or whatever those things are that you can listen to music, because someone may not have that they could be listening with earplugs so that they could listen to that while they're going through chemotherapy. So there's a lot of things that we could get donated to us and then push it out to the buddies through the healing and wellness group.
Also, shipping maybe as well.
Oh yes, shipping.
Those
Yeah,
kind of
shipping.
things. In-kind
Absolutely.
shipping.
In-kind
Shipping
shipping
services, yeah.
and shipping services and stamps for, for sending things out. Love to have, also, if people want to be sending nice cards, because there's a lot of people, we originally had some people that were sending out cards to some of the buddies, just thinking of you, birthday cards or whatever,
And then also, if you look on Sarah's Circle, they have a wish list on Amazon.
Oh, that's
So
a good idea.
these items could be sent directly to you, Tamara.
Yeah,
or
that's
wherever
fine.
your warehouse is going to be.
Yeah. They can come to me for now, and then wherever we would see that would happen. But for right now, that works. So yes, it looks like Tony. Is that Tony?
Yep, I am here. Sorry, it took me a little while to
That's
join the
okay.
call today.
That's okay. We actually, I think we've gotten pretty far into some of the questions that we had.
So Tamara, look at what I'm sharing now. This is kind of what I wanted to do, what we need to do to show what an average donation, how it's going to help Chemo Buddies for Life.
Okay, right. Okay.
So we're showing here what $750 an average cost of the first month's rent.
Mm-hmm.
These are a little higher because they're doing housing for the homeless. But
Well,
they give in detail stuff like this.
Well, one of the things that I want to do, and since you have the experience that you have, is one of the programs that we want to get going as soon as possible is a stipend program for those buddies that want to volunteer and help. And so then that way they could get some kind of help with some of their electricity or whatever that may be, that we can legally do it where it won't help take away from their medical benefits because of possibly working, but we are helping through either food cards or electric, and I know that there's others that are doing that too. However, that could we've had some of the buddies that have come to us, and I mean, I have actually paid some money to just help some people to keep electricity going at times, just because of the fact that they were at the end of their rope, and help them out.
Well, so some organizations I worked with, we would provide CTA transit cards for the individuals to come to our location so they can get medical services. And also, if they wanted, we did a needle exchange as well. So we would buy some of the money that you're getting in. I mean, people can donate like a Visa card or whatever.
Right.
But some of the money that you're getting in, because it's going to be, we talked about restricted and unrestricted.
Right.
You're going to get unrestricted money, which you can do whatever you want with. Some of that money you can use to pay for some of the services that you're talking about for the some of the individuals that
that would qualify. That would be in dire strait. Yeah, we had one that her electricity was going to go off, and her cancer required her to have a breathing machine, oxygen, and she couldn't go without it. So that would be restricted funds, right? So we would
so here's the thing. So there's two types of funds that you'll get in: restricted and unrestricted, which probably this Giving Tuesday you'll get unrestricted. Unrestricted means somebody gives you a $50 donation. You could do that anything with that money. Restricted means somebody gives you a $10,000 donation. They only want it to go to your healing circle or whatever.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay.
We wanted to go to get the ladies together. The people who are in chemo now together. They can make that restriction.
Okay.
That's restricted funds.
Okay.
But typically, most people don't restrict their funds unless it's coming from a trust or foundation, they typically do restricted funds. But in this case, everything is, you can use it for anything, programs to help pay salaries once you hire somebody, things like that.
Okay, all right. And Tony, one of the things that we did talk about already was the carousels and the in-kind. And the way it's been explained is that we cannot do any kind of a donation slip for the volunteerism. That is volunteerism.
Okay, so we got to take that off of there. And do you want to just go back to a your donation here kind of thing?
What we're going to do, and what Christy agreed to, is that for the gold, silver, and bronze, that we should just not have the carousels there until we start getting logos.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy enough. Yeah.
And so then that way it's just cleaner, it's not confusing, and that works.
Tony, do you want to
Yeah,
take
that's
that
fine.
off, and I can take out the posts that were done. I can take care of that piece if you'll take off the carousel.
Sure, sounds like a plan.
I just don't want to mess it up again.
Oh no, and I just saw your text. You apparently can access it now, so that's good. It just must have taken a bit
Yes.
for the DNS changes
Yep.
to hit your part of the internet.
Yep, I'm very glad. So
Okay, so
one thing, look at my screen now, Sarah's Circle. They have like a
Yes.
monthly giving campaign, and they ask the donor if they will pay for the processing fee.
yes, that's nice.
I mean, you could ask that,
Yes.
except we don't know how much the processing fee is until I talk to that woman. But
Yes.
and then it just gives them the payment method, PayPal or credit card.
Okay.
I mean, I think initially the first year, you don't want to ask for a payment processing fee, but you could start like a yearly campaign and have monthly donations, those healing circles. And then
Right.
this is what this organization in particular has going on. Because they'll do a campaign. And this is when, so if you look at, I'm going to scroll a little further up. They ask if you want to be in their
In
newsletter.
honor of, yeah, see, that we
So
do
when the
want to do.
newsletter, this is how they keep, Tony and I were talking about this the other day. This is how they keep you, because they could opt out of getting your emails. This is how they keep you in their little sphere all the time. If you say, yes, I'd like to stay connected with the emails or send me a newsletter. I don't know if you're going to do a newsletter.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm planning. You're doing a newsletter. I already made a spot for it, so hopefully
Yes,
you're
we
really
are.
going to do it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
so,
I
yeah.
talked to Swampy about it today. The person that was doing it, she had to decline. She got too busy. So she's going to give us what she's got, and Swampy's going to help finish it out and get it out.
All right, so that's enough for Sarah's Circle. It's a great organization. I donate they always ask for winter clothes and everything, but the women are a little bigger than me. So they, so they say it nicely. What do they say? Because I've seen the women in front of Sarah's Circle. They don't say, they say for larger women or something like that. But I usually I save all my toiletries when I go to a hotel, and I donate all those at the end of the year to them.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
Okay. Well, I think we've got it figured out, what we needed figured out, and so that we could just be in compliant. And that was the most important thing, was the in-kind, and I'm glad we've had this clarification when it comes to and then Tony, we did talk about volunteerism for volunteer highlight area, and then become a volunteer. So what we're going to do is how I've been highlighting people every day in the countdown. I've been creating that post or the image. We can do where we can, with the Divi, it's really simple. I have been uploading into YouTube the segment where they've been recognized, so we can have the post there, we can then do the YouTube, and then at some point in time, if we want to do more, we can. So this way, the volunteers feel like they're being recognized for everything that they're doing.
So you want just like a running post, like a certain day you go in there and acknowledge somebody, and then you share the post to Facebook and YouTube?
Or vice versa. It's just like I have access, and so if we just have it where I can add another, because it's like what I did with the Tamara Next Impactor thing, where I had the image, but it was really a button, and the button was attached to a YouTube video.
A vlog kind of thing.
Or something. Yeah. It went somewhere.
Christy has some experience with doing some really amazing vlogs. That's
okay. Yeah, well, we could do that too with I just want it really simple, that we don't have to write anything. It's just do the image, send it to the video, and then if someone wants to help with writing, that would be great. We can add on to it, but to keep it simple so that we can make sure that they're getting the highlight, that people can go there because they feel good about being recognized, and I want to recognize them.
So just help me get some clarity on the website. You want a whole page for volunteers?
Volunteer
I thought we
highlight.
had that. I thought Christy made one.
Yeah. What Maryann was saying was to do it separate, where that have the volunteer area, and then have it where you would highlight of the current volunteers and then become a volunteer. It would be slightly different.
So it
But
will
you have to have what you want the volunteers to do. How can they help? How can they get involved?
We've got the different qualifications. Do you have that? I don't know where they're at with the volunteer
I'm just saying
form.
this is what you want to add. Because they're going to ask, well, how can I help other than money?
Right. Well,
how can I get involved?
And that information's what I need to be able to put on that page. So at the very top of it, we could put a highlight of, you could do a volunteer of the month or whatever,
right.
and do your video. But below that, you can put how else can I get involved or something like that, to where it's on the same page,
Mm-hmm.
but it's it's listed there that explains what they can do.
Awesome. Well, we've got writing opportunities, we've got filming opportunities, editing opportunities, social media opportunities, technical opportunities,
And
health and wellness, to be on the health and wellness team, outreach, education.
and
So
I just
I'm looking at the website I showed you, and instead of saying volunteering, they say get involved.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
good.
once you hit get involved, they show the volunteering, how you can help, the opportunities to help. Then they show the events, and then joining our team, associate board internships or whatever. But you could just call it.
Well, we can model something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Absolutely.
defining it.
It works for you. I'm just throwing things out
What
there.
website is it?
There's a couple
Sorry, I'm
websites.
on a phone. I can't see.
Oh, no, I'm not sharing. I shared it before, but I'm not sharing it now.
I can
What was it
send it
called?
to you.
I'd like to go.
Tony, I can
Oh,
send
okay,
you a
that's
link.
fine.
I got a link for him.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, so we can do something like that. And getting involved, the way that we can do the get involved is it might not be in a location, it is via Zoom. It's still meetings, it's getting involved, and then getting involved with the buddies. For example, health and healing, what we will be eventually doing at some point is we're going to be having meetings where they can come to these meetings. Someone will be leading the meeting. It will be maybe on nutrition. Okay, so we're going to have our nutrition class, and so it's education on nutrition.
But Tamara, what can we do right now? Like right now, what can we put on there so that when people are wanting to get involved, what does it look like? Like if someone wants to be a buddy, do we have information where they can click and they can put in their information and we can contact them back? I mean, kind of a basic of so they can click on it and know what that is or where they want to volunteer that we can do right now.
Well, once we have the form, we can put the form button on there, volunteer now, and then they can choose what they want to volunteer for. And then we can have become a buddy. Once the beta site is live, then they'll be able to register for that. It's not live yet. That's the next step. We're going to be porting a lot of what we're doing here into that site. So to become a buddy right now, we've been doing it manually. So
you need a volunteer there.
yeah, to oversee it. So a volunteer, we did have Stella doing that, and she's getting prepared for operations. So right now we don't have someone in that role. So we could use someone in that role. Joy's kind of taking over some of the responsibilities that Stella had, but we need a coordinating, an intake coordinating person.
That's what we're putting together right now, so that when someone leaves, like, that's what I think the Google Suite's going to be the most effective for, because then Tony can take it over into a CRM as well. But
Right.
We can be collecting that information, and so if someone leaves, everything's right there, and everything they've been doing is still there too. They're not getting any information.
Right. So right now, bottom line is, someone wants to donate their time. They want to become a volunteer. We could get them working by tomorrow, because we've got opportunities in social media that we need people right now. We've got an intake.
You may want to just have like contact me or something or whatever.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's just recognize you're still in the startup stage.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't know exactly everything that's going to happen. Just have them contact you or somebody else, a local volunteer coordinator.
Yeah.
Whoever has time for that, and have them contact so-and-so at this email address.
That could be another email address that we create. So we've got support, we've got info. What would
you could still have them address info. Just ask them to put volunteer in the subject line.
Okay.
In the subject line, then you know it's about volunteering.
That
Then you
works.
don't have another email address to manage.
That works. Okay.
I got to check, but we might even be able to make like a pre-populated thing that you choose, like volunteer, contact, whatever it is, and you choose from a drop down what type of email you want to send.
Okay, that works. That would be perfect. I like that. So click here, boom, done. Click, done. Name,
Yes.
whatever that. Yeah, easy. Perfect. Okay. Because we can put them to work right away if they want to. We've got opportunities.
But you have to make sure you have a volunteer coordinator for whatever opportunity you're going to give them.
Yes, we need one of those. Right now, that's kind of like me.
Well, maybe you for until the end of the year.
Yeah, and that's the way.
Until all this gets wrapped together, it's not going to be that.
Yeah, so, and that's kind of what, but I've been able to filter them through and then get them onto teams. And so I'm still in the process. Like, I met people when I was in Phoenix, and so we're working on that,
So also, this is where your board has to step in as well to help with coordinate some of all of that. Yeah, so that's another conversation to have.
Right. Well, there's some changes I haven't told you about. Tamara Lannan.
You can tell me later. So,
okay.
So the way that I'm stepping in, every board member should be stepping in.
Right. That is exactly right. And so that's what I'm making sure right now. And so the ones that are not, I'm talking with.
Okay, great.
So
just tell them what to do. You're the executive director.
Yep. I'm having those discussions. Yep.
So the way all your volunteers are stepping in right now, that's what they should be handling, how they should step in. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Board
and
member,
I
not
agree.
only this, but other boards.
Mm-hmm. I agree, 100%.
So, okay, are we ready to wrap it up?
We're done. Yeah, we're done. We got what we needed, right? Is everybody good? Erin?
I think
Christy?
I'm good.
Okay, all right.
Tony, I'm going to Tama's going to connect me with the representative of the merchant account. I'll have a conversation with her, and then I'll get back to you and everything we had talked about.
Okay, that's great.
The
I'm just
website.
waiting for you to have it set up so I can work on integrating it.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna
Thank
do that right now. As soon as I get done, I'm gonna send the email over. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you so
Yep.
very much, and good luck with everything that you did today, Maryann.
I was
your meeting,
interviewing
though.
this
Yeah.
organization that I really like here in Chicago and homelessness.
That's right up your alley. That's exactly
Yeah, so
your
maybe
thing.
I could be the next impactor. You could help me with my, everybody
Oh,
here can help with
absolutely.
my,
Yeah, absolutely. You know
my
that.
project. Yeah, so, okay.
Okay,
Have a great
thank you.
weekend.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. And I'll upload this into our group too. I'll put it in our little chat, okay?
Okay, great.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.